Doctor Strange must utilize the help of a young universe-trotting superhero to defeat a fellow member of the Avengers who's turned into a super-psychopath. About, how is this possible? Doctor Strange 2 pulls in a $185 million. Can Marvel do no wrong? The script was written by Michael Waldron, who became a big deal a few years back when Kevin Feige fell in love with his script, The Worst Guy of All Time, and The Girl Who Came to Kill Him, which I reviewed here. That script got Waldron the Loki series. It got him Kevin Feige's Star Wars project. And it got him this. Of course, as we all know, writers have zero control over these Marvel films. It's the director calling the shots. And Doctor Strange 2 sees the return of comic book movie directing icon Sam Raimi. We've got ourselves a new Marvel movie. The summer has officially begun. But has it begun with a whimper or a bang? And do those whispers and or bangs exist in this universe or another one? So many questions. I don't know if I have the answers. But I'm going to give it my best shot. Okay, I'll keep this summary short and sweet. And it will include spoilers. You've been warned, the summer has officially begun. But has it begun with a whimper or a bang? And do those whispers and or bangs exist in this universe or another one? So many questions. I don't know if I have the answers. But I'm going to give it my best shot. Okay, I'll keep this summary short and sweet. And it will include spoilers. You've been warned. Doctor Strange is bummed out because the love of his life, Christine, just got married. But no sooner do the wedding bells ring than a giant octopus is attacking the city. So Doctor Strange goes and kills it. He quickly finds out the octopus is from another universe, a universe that a new superhero, 16-year-old Latina, America, opened. America has a special power that allows her to jump between universes. Flash forward to Wanda, aka Scarlet Witch, who is really bummed out because she's learned that she has kids in every single universe but this one. Since she wants kids, she wants America, since America can get her to these other universes where she can be with her kids who aren't technically hers, but rather another version of hers. Doctor Strange needs to stop this because, well, it's been 24 hours since I've seen the movie and I don't entirely remember why he has to stop her. Probably because stealing somebody else's kids are bad, I'd imagine. Boy, is she pissed at him about that. So mad that she attacks Doctor Strange's Shaolin monk temple and says if they don't give her America, or the secret book of spells that allows her to get to her not hers kids, then she's going to start killing everyone. Which is exactly what she does, killing several superhero favorites. But did she kill them, or the thems from the multiverse? Either way, she's out for blood. And it's going to take the most unique Doctor Strange ever to stop her. The first thing I noticed about this movie was the opening. The opening has Doctor Strange and America running through a bizarro world set of objects floating in the sky trying to get to some treasure at the end of the path. I thought, is this really where we are? In 1981, we had a sequence just like this. Two people heading down a trail trying to get to a treasure. That movie was Raiders of the Lost Arkansas. I was thinking, in the 40 years since this scene, have we improved on it? Or have we actually gone backwards? I would argue that we've gone backwards. Because the brilliance of Raiders was that everything was clear. We understood the rules, a cave with a bunch of booby traps. We were spatially aware of how the geography worked, it was one straight line. The simplicity of it is what allowed it to thrive. This was just gobbledygook nonsense. I didn't understand what Doctor Strange and America were running from, what the rules of the world were, the geography. Everything looked fake. And that's not to say the big papier-mâché boulder in Raiders didn't look fake. But this looked a special kind of a fake. A non-tangible fake. And that monster looked like digital scrambled eggs. I don't mean to be so old man yells at cloud here, but I would bet you $1 million that if you sat a dozen 10-year-olds down in front of two TVs, one playing the opening sequence from Raiders and the other playing the opening sequence from this movie, that they'd all eventually focus on the Raiders TV. Going into this movie, I had a simple expectation. If that expectation was met, I'd be happy. If it wasn't, I'd be bummed. That expectation was that the film exploit the multiverse concept as much as possible. The movie is literally called Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. But guess what? There's surprising little multiversing. I thought they were gonna get stuck in a bunch of strange universes and have to find their way back. But outside of seeing a couple of quick lame universes, we end up in a world pretty much the same as our own, and that's it. No more multiversing. And the final act takes place on some random mountain somewhere. So it didn't matter what universe we were in. Not gonna lie. Lame choice. Luckily, the film had two good things going for it and two fun talking points. Benedict Cumberbatch and Scarlet Witch were the good things. Benedict Cumberbatch is endlessly likable. So he was fun. And Scarlet Witch turned out to be a surprisingly formidable villain. I always thought her character was kinda lame. But her psychopathic tendencies gave the villain storyline a bigger punch than it typically has in a Marvel movie. Talking point number 1 is the Illuminati sequence. In retrospect, this sequence was kind of genius. Because it introduces two characters that are really exciting to see in the Marvel Universe, Professor X and Reed Richards, leader of the Fantastic Four. You see these characters and you think, whoa. This is what the 20th Century Fox by got them. We get to see these characters in Marvel movies now. But then they completely flip those expectations on their head when they kill these titanic characters off. And, of course, it doesn't matter that they killed them off because we're in another universe. Those characters are still alive when we go back to Earth, and therefore available for future movies. It was the perfect way for Marvel to be able to have its cake and eat it too. Talking point number 2 is Zombie Doctor Strange. I thought Zombie Doctor Strange was cleverly constructed. Somehow it made sense. And I have to give to director Sam Raimi for figuring out a way to get his favorite things, zombies, into a Marvel film in a way that actually worked. So if I were only grading the movie on everything I've talked about above, I'd give it a worth the price of admission. 'Cause it was fairly entertaining. Unfortunately, there was one more element in the film that weighted it down so severely, it plummeted into awful territory. I'm of course talking about the character of America. I have no clue what this girl was doing in the movie. I kept thinking, is this one of those weird woke choices that studios are being forced to make these days? I couldn't figure out what was steering anyone with half a